Welcome to Judge Me Not, a safe place to have real conversations with real ass people. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. I am your pretty cool host, NVD. What's up? How your week going? How you feeling? Who done checked in on you? Remember that and move accordingly. But you know my motto, if you got time for a podcast, then life can't be that bad. And if life is that bad, then baby, you ain't got time for the podcast. Priorities. But we're going to go ahead and jump into it. This week episode is the Outgrowing the Hood Nigga. Dun, dun, dun. That was at the dramatic pause. Okay, so before we even go into it, I'm going to go ahead and give you my definition of a hood nigga because, fun fact, I just lost my favorite sneaky link literally on this topic. He disagreed with my definition of a hood nigga. And we got to having a banter or a debate. And I had to come to reality and say, baby, look, you talking too much. I don't come over here to talk to you. I gotta go because you have forgotten the terms of this agreement. All over the definition of a hood nigga. So I said, let me go ahead and put this on. Let me go ahead and put this officially out there. Not only for him, but for all my exes that just so happen to fit the category. That's why I blocked my number. I'm trying to do new things. Well, look. There's a certain criteria for me. In order for you to qualify and call yourself a hood nigga, you gotta meet a certain criteria. Here they are. Your environment. Your upbringing. All the hood niggas I know statistically have been raised or probably still live in a lower income environment. Maybe they were raised on government housing. Maybe it was like 12 people in a 2-bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no judgment. But environment. That's one. 2, your occupation. Most hood niggas, at least that I've met, maybe there's some out there that are different and I haven't met those. But all that I've met in the past 28 years, they partake in an occupation that you cannot put on your resume to get into corporate America. They have hazardous occupations. Right? They have occupations that should automatically have life insurance. Right? So that's occupation, environment, and the third one is your background. Not all, but majority have a record, a criminal record. Again, I told y'all they have hazardous, dangerous occupations. Sometimes when they clock in, it's a bad day at work. They get caught up. Sometimes work get a little hectic, a little out of control. You got to take care of some business. It's the occupation that leads to them having a background, right? But most important is the mentality. And I'm not saying they all the same, but it's a foundational mentality that really qualifies them as a hood nigga, right? And that's a hustle survival mode, right? Like, I've been raised in this certain environment that the occupation that I'm good at, although it may not be okay to most, I'm good at it and I can provide for my family this way. And it's normal in my environment. So I've excelled at my occupation, but I've had some bad days at my occupation. And I have a criminal background, but I'm feeding my family. You see what I'm saying? Because that's all I know is how to survive and how to hustle, to provide. Right? No judgment. That's my definition of hood nigga. So then people be like, I don't understand why good girls like bad boys and good men always finish last. And I'm on a dating app. I'm single. Hey, this is not a go to slide into my DMs. This is not a go. I'm not taking applications right now. You see, I don't even put on makeup. I come up on there with my worst. This is what you get. Stay away. But focus. I could be having a good conversation with somebody, right? And they'll go find my social media. And if you follow me on social media and you scroll deep enough, you will see several videos and several captions talking about a hood nigga. That's my preference. With them that might use a meme. Hashtag hood meme. Because I'm trying to draw them to me. So then they be like, you have a preference, and I don't think I fit that mold, but I'm curious as to why. Then I be like, I just like what I like. But there is a backstory as to why I am attracted and have always been attracted to the hood nigga. But first, let's start with the not so heavy ones. Have you, let's say the money. Have you ever been called and told to clock out because it's slow at my work and I want to see you? It could be 8 o'clock on a Monday. To a normal person, you clock in, you go to work, and you finish your work. To a hood nigga, it's slow. You need to clock out in corporate America and then come over here and post up with me. And not only do you need to do that, but I'm going to pay your full day wages. I'm going to give your gas while you over here. Whatever needs to be fixed on your car is going to be fixed. Your car is going to be cleaned inside and out. And I'm going to send you back with some food stamps or some groceries for your children. Clocking out. I did not work consistently until I was probably 27. Because once he called, I'm clocking out. I can get a job anywhere. A sane, good, reliable hood nigga, they don't come down that often. Without all the baby mamas and stuff, I'm clocking out. I got a good resume. I can get another corporate job. But it creates a false reality, and it creates a unrealistic expectation. So let's start with the money. We're just going to go ahead and then say the access to things. Have you ever pulled up and had somebody stand outside with all kind of name brand clothes, shoes, purses, belts, and you get it practically free? Normal people ain't doing that. Normal men ain't taking you to the mall to get you no name brand like that off top all the time. At least once a month, if not every 2 weeks. I ain't met no normal man that's doing that yet. I haven't. You got to put in too much work to get name brand out of the mall. And I ain't got it in me. Boosters on speed dial with a hood nigga. They gonna stop by him first to get first dibs. And I'm coming. No, but seriously, the access to things just make life convenient. I can't remember when I went back to school. I'm like, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get me a little online degree. I ain't had not now computer. Not now. I'm a single mama, baby. I don't get no government assistance, no child support, no nothing. I get it for me. So I'm like, okay, I want to go back to school, but I need this, and this. I need a laptop, preferably. What kind of laptop? I don't know. Just be a laptop. Give me a few hours. In a few hours, baby, I had a variety of laptops. Desktop, laptop. Which one you want? What normal person that's going to do that for you? That's all I'm saying. But it spoiled me, and I got used to this unrealistic expectation, right? Because, is it right? I ain't saying it's wrong. I ain't saying it's right. I'm saying it was very convenient and very helpful. So it was never no judgment for me. I don't care what type of lifestyle you're doing. As long as you're a kind individual for me and you're providing for your family, who am I to judge? Right? Okay, so that's really why my basis is the protection. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some hood niggas out there that just really are, bitchs, and they can't protect their children from a rampant dog. There are those. That's what I'm saying. But I ain't attracted to those. The sense of protection, like, I know if anything pop off, I can call him and he gonna come. He's coming. And he's gonna shut it all the way down. All the way down. Or even if I'm getting out of line and I'm doing something that I know I shouldn't be doing, and it may be against my character, or it may have a negative effect on my future goals that I'm vocalizing to my hood nigga, and he checked me with that authority, the protection. But I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the backstory, really. Like, those be my things for me. That's why I like hood niggas. But the reality is, we really got a lot in common. Like I said, there's criteria: your environment, your criminal history, your occupation, but the most important thing was the mentality. That survival hustle mentality was something that I was raised around, and it was normal for me. So it's just always been acceptable, because I understand how it is to figure things out on your own and get it any way that you can. Who am I to judge? You see what I'm saying? You could be a hood nigga and live in the country. It's a hood everywhere. It's a hood everywhere. It is a hood everywhere. It's poverty everywhere. It's hazardous occupations everywhere. Now, the speed and the intensity varies from where you live, but you can be a hood nigga anywhere. So there are some people who didn't have a traditional upbringing. I'm one of those people. I didn't have a traditional upbringing, and the things that I was raised around weren't normal, but they were relatable. Once I started dating a certain person, then it was like, oh, you was raised around that too? Oh yeah, I can understand that. Oh yeah, I've been through that too. Oh yeah, I really act like this because I have a fear. It makes sense. It makes sense. That's survival mode, right? So I was raised in a traditional environment, and my first baby daddy, I was 18. Hood nigga. That's all I knew. That's all I saw around, that type of occupation was being participated in heavy. And then I did that. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to live in the country. I'm from the country. You know, like, oh, I'm from the country. No, I'm from the country. Let me put that in a way. So my perspective may differ from other people. I am from a small town with one red light, and our school is pre-K through 12th grade in one building. Ain't no McDonald's where I stay. Ain't no Chick-fil-A where I stay. Our pool segregated still. So I'm from the country, right? So I'm like, okay, I don't want to live like this. I want to go to the city. I want to be in the big lights. I want to be where it's moving fast. So I brought my naive country ass up here. But again, it's hood niggas everywhere. So what was normal for me when I relocated to the city, it was still normal. It was just done on a way more intense scale. Completely more intense scale. So I was like not scared, should have been. But again, that was a sense of naiveness. And I was very acceptance. And not only was I acceptance, but I was different as fuck. I dressed different. I talked different. I was raised a little different. I wasn't raised traditional, but I'm country. So there are certain mannerisms that I carry that certain women in the city don't. I know how to cook your hot meal from scratch. I'm talking about bread, gravy, whatever you want. I got you. In the country, we raised to be matronly, right? So when we got a nigga, we take care of a nigga. I can't talk about all you heifers, but the heifers that was raised with Big Mama and them, you know you got to feed him first before you even feed yourself or them kids. You see what I'm saying? Like, your house got to be clean before this heartbreaking man come home. Just so happen the type of occupation though that I'm interested in, it really ain't no clock in, clock out type of occupation. But I'm still going to take care of you like you got your real job when you come home. How was your day? Let me rub your back. So that opposite was intriguing when I first moved to the city. And it was like, they were amazed and I was amazed. They wanted to teach me everything. I want to teach them everything about me. Here I am in somebody's hood. Child, I'm supposed to have been somebody's hood sticking out like a sore thumb. But it was cool. Because I don't pass judgment. Because if you never disrespect me and you look out for me, I'm big on loyalty. I don't care what you do. Leave that where you at. Don't bring that over here. Be honest with me. Be transparent with me. Don't bring no BS over here. And then I'm okay with that. And it was just something that I was able to, keep separate. Right? So I move and I relocate and, I start dating this guy and he's cool. Like, he's real cool. And, he's at that stage so that he wants to leave the hood lifestyle and the occupation. And he wants to better himself. So I'm like, I got you. So we rocking. But life happened. Because life be happening. And like I said on that other episode, the episode F Change, sometimes life be happening so much that you just go back to what you know. Because it's convenient and it's a guaranteed way to survive. So it's no judgment. So life happened. And he was presented with a choice. And in that moment, he had to provide. So he had to go back to the only thing he did. People like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. If you ain't paying these people bills, you don't know these people's situation. You don't know how many mouths these people got to feed. How many people rely on these men. Shut up. Shut up. Right. So he made a choice and he had to go back to where he was from, but he was going back to the hood because it's a hood everywhere. It's a hood everywhere. When I travel, I try to make friends with somebody that's in the hood so they can take me to the hood areas. I don't want to be a tourist. Take me to the mom and pop place. They got the best food. Take me to where you hang out. It's a hood everywhere. So he went back. And I love this man, y'all. Like, it was this fantasy of the life that we could create but had no idea how to because of what we were accustomed to. And at that point, we weren't even together no more. But my phone dinged and it was a video. And the video was of him not only getting an altercation but getting murdered on Facebook Live. The pain that I experienced in that situation was so eye-opening for me that I never wanted to go through that again. Then it was, I understand you're doing this for survival and I understand you're doing this to provide. I do. But is there ever a thought of the pain, the void, and the emptiness that's left for the women that you leave behind when you do get caught up and die in a manner that isn't normal? Because nothing about the hood lifestyle is normal. It's not. It is a state of survival at all times. And even though if the women around them try to give them a solid foundation and a sense of normalcy when they do come home, that's just an episode. That's just an episode to distract them from the reality that they really live in. And it's easy to get caught up in trying to split the lifestyle and don't mix the streets with home. Yeah, it sound good. But when real shit happen and it come to your front door of your house, it gets you thinking, wow. Are y'all thinking about the women that y'all leave behind? No, you're not, because you're gone already. And in that moment, you're trying to survive and you're trying to provide. So I don't believe it's a constant thought and nobody has time to think about stuff like that. But baby, that pain that I was dealt with, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Jail, I can walk it down. I can walk it down even to this day. JPay, I got you. Messages, I got you. Pictures, what you need, I got you. Videos, I got you. I got you. No judgment. You rocked for me and you looked out for me and you get caught up in a situation because of your occupation. You had a bad day. Okay. That was trauma on a whole nother level. Trauma on a whole nother level. I heard it for him. I heard it for his mom. I heard it for his daughter. I heard it for his baby mama. And that was a situation like, I was like, I'm hurting for them and myself. It was heavy for me. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't get attached to, I can't do that. I don't have that type of capacity to hold that much hurt. But yet again, I got caught up again. You like what you like. So I started dating somebody else, right? And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. It wasn't nothing real serious. Well, let's say it was like a 7-year situationship. And if you're watching, yes, nigga, it was a situationship. But took care of me, took care of my kids, but he created an unrealistic expectation. If I wanted it, I was going to get it. I didn't have to stay at this job. I can get me another one. If I wanted me another car, I can get me another car. If I want to move from this apartment to this house, I could do that because that's what I could do. And he was going to make sure I could do that. But that is not realistic. And it is illegal. But it felt good. It did. And it was that, let me introduce you to something new, and let's start exploring the possibility that this doesn't have to forever be a lifestyle. It's hard to leave that lifestyle. It is. And it got to the point that he didn't want to leave. And it got to the point that but he was investing in me to not have to be around that type of lifestyle. So the more he was pouring into me, the more I was like, okay, I don't want to deal with this then. How you gonna push me to stay in corporate America and start writing books and going to galas and going to museums and we doing all this stuff, but then you still dodging and that's a constant stress. That we can't, that's oil and water. And either we're gonna hop this fence or I gotta hop this fence by myself. What's up? That lifestyle is addictive. So I'm like, I can't do it. I left that. But I went back. Y'all, this was my last one though. I swear. This was like, oh girl, no. I started talking to this little dude. I'm like, okay, cool. It was maybe like a year. I had never brought him around my kids. He had never came into my house. But we was cool. Like, that was my little bang. And we talking. We out at dinner. And he casually like, yeah, homicide came by my door. Who? First 48? Okay. Again, what you do in your lifestyle ain't my business. You can be transparent with me. I don't judge, right? I don't. But if these are the conversations we ain't never had, and now all of a sudden you springing it out, and I didn't think you were that type of person, it was a lot. So I'm like, oh, okay, no judgment. Thank you for being honest. I didn't do it. Okay. I understand the lifestyle. Sometimes you get caught up, so, guilty by association, pass. It is what it is. Sometimes people get comfortable, and I have the ability to make a hood nigga feel so comfortable. So comfortable. So seen. So appreciated. So valued. Safe. At peace. And that's something that's hard when that is your lifestyle. Baby, he got the pillow talking. And the things that he was just telling me, I was just like, girl, because I am crazy. And we're going to have one argument, and this man is going to cut my head off, dip it in rubber, and bounce it like a basketball. Girl, you got to get on from away from here. Scared me. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going, he don't know where I live. So, he on the other side of town. The one thing about living where I live, you could be on the other side of town, baby, and it'd be two different lifestyles, two different lives. You'll never cross paths. Especially me, I don't go outside. So you don't never see me unless I allow you to see me. I dipped off. Why I see this man on the news? Why I see this man on the news? I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I got out of that. Immediately, I'm like, all right, bitch. You not cut out for this no more. You getting old. You're in your 30s. It used to be exciting for me. And I know that is crazy. And I can have some stories, y'all. I can give y'all some very dangerous stories that I've put myself into. And it was just a thrill for me. And coming from a space of transparency and no judgment, it was just like, okay, young, wild, YOLO. Bitch, I'm old now. I'm trying to be successful. I'm trying to start a brand. You can't come over with all that. You got to pick and choose. But that makes dating hard. Because I have an unrealistic expectation. It's like I need an old, retired hood nigga. And now he got like a fleet of box trucks or something. He day trade. I don't know. But he understand how to handle me and this unrealistic expectation that I have. And it just worked. Like, that's really what I'm looking for. But, it's hard to find it. So, I had to let it go. I miss it. I ain't gonna lie. I miss that lifestyle. I miss the fun that come with it. I miss the intensity that come with it. I miss being that positive support to that person. But I knew emotionally I wasn't built for it anymore. And I knew that I had invested in myself. One of these people had invested so much into me to become an author, to get my degree, to change my life, that I didn't have to be in these environments anymore. So it was like, why would I do all this and still jeopardize it? Like, it's not making sense anymore. But I miss it. And then it's like I'm in therapy and I be like, I know I shouldn't be attracted to that, but I am. Very much so. Sometimes I be like, dog, if only I had a booster. I need a new washer and dryer. Man, I wish I had a crackhead on standby. Oh, my son want these new shoes. Man, I wish we had a booster on standby. Those be the things that you miss. Because normal life is hard and boring and slow. And I go to work and I go to the gym and it's a routine. And nothing's really different at all. Period. So what's the moral of the story? Let me give you the moral of the story. My evolution of outgrowing a hood nigga is something that I had to come to the crossroad and say, am I built for this? Because it's a lot of women who get involved with a hood nigga and they think they built for it and they not. And they get destroyed emotionally. Destroyed. Broken, because it is a lot of stuff that you're going to go through. A lot. It's a lot of holes you're going to deal with. It's just a lot. So you really have to ask yourself, am I ready for this? Am I cut out for this? Is this a lifestyle that I really can afford to live for forever? And if that is so, make sure you got life insurance. Make sure his affairs in order. Make him use it as a job. All the earnings that he comes in, he takes a percentage to re-up. He takes another percentage to invest in a legit, lucrative passive income, and you help him with that and you support him. And if you feel like you're ready for that lifestyle, you be his peace at all times. Anytime he come in the house, you be his peace. You signed up for that. If you're not ready for it, be honest with yourself, like I have to be honest myself, and leave them alone. Because there's a lot of you heifers that's out here with these hood niggas and y'all playing the victim. Leave them alone. You knew the lifestyle they live and the type of person they was, and that they wasn't emotionally available because how they was brought up and what they got to deal with every day. You knew all that. But you want to play the victim. You trying to force him to be something that you know he ain't going to be. Leave that man alone. For my hood niggas, you can. Whenever you're ready, you can leave. You can find you a solid female that ain't going to judge you and that's going to pour into you and that's going to help you with that transition. Find her. Whoever you with, if they not supporting you and you ready to get out of that lifestyle, leave them. Make sure you have life insurance so your kids can be taken care of, your mama can be taken care of. Do your hazardous occupation. Invest in it as if it's a legit job. Have some set hours. Try to set you some set hours. Hustle enough money that you can have you set hours. And when you are closed, it is closed. So you can have more time of peace to kind of reprogram your thoughts. Get you a house not in the hood. Get your apartment that's not in the hood. So even time you just want to do something different and just step away, you can go on the other side of town in your little hideaway. Right? That's it. That's all. Follow me on social media, ENVIIDEE. Bye. Thank you guys for tuning in again to another episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. If you want to keep up with your girl, you can always find me on Facebook and Instagram at NVD. That's ENVIIDEE. Bye.